Now let's make the sunflower branch. There are 2 branches in total. The making method is the same for both. Each branch is divided into the core, baubles, petals, calyx, and leaves. First, crochet them correspondingly. After completing, assemble them into sunflower branch. Then set them aside. Finally, assemble and package the bouquet. For the sunflower, there's no need to use specific color segments for crocheting. You can refer to the finished product effect, or based on your preference choose the starting color segment. To make the tutorial convenient for watching, we will still use cotton yarn for the demonstration. Now, let me demonstrate. First, let's see the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number, H plus number indicates the row number. The stitch instructions column describes the stitches and increases or decreases. When working the current round, the total stitches column shows the total number of stitches after completing this round. First, learn the core. Start with the magic ring and crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Once completed, crochet baubles on it. Then crochet the petals. Next, crochet the calyx and leaves. Finally, assemble with the stem. The stitches used include single crochet, SC 2-in-1, slip stitch and chain. Now, please watch my demonstration. First, start with the magic ring. Work an adjustable magic ring. The ring is completed. Next, crochet the first round. Round 1 is 6x. The number before X indicates how many single crochets to crochet. This means working 6 single crochets in the magic ring. First, chain 1 as the beginning chain for the single crochet. This beginning chain isn't counted in the chart. In actual crocheting, you need to work a beginning chain for each round. The beginning chain for single crochet doesn't count as a stitch. Then, crochet 6 single crochets into the magic ring. After that, close the magic ring and tighten it as much as possible. This will close the ring. Next, slip stitch into the first single crochet. If you do not know where the first stitch is, you can count the stitches from back. It is this V shape. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. It needs to be tightened. To avoid crocheting extra stitches later, the slip stitch is not indicated in the chart. When crocheting in rounds, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and tighten. This completes the first round. Consider the clearer texture side as the right side. Next, crochet the second round. Round 2 is 6V. The number before the V indicates how many SC 2-in-1 to make. This means working 6 SC 2-in-1. Start with a chain. Let me emphasize again. When crocheting in rounds, start with a beginning chain. I won't repeat this later. In the first single crochet of the previous round, make 1 SC 2-in-1. This is at the entry position of the slip stitch. Make 2 single crochets. While crocheting, place the starting tail above the hook. Weave in the ends as you go. 1, 2. SC 2-in-1 is completed. Continue making a SC 2-in-1 in the next stitch. You need to make 6 SC2 in 1 in this round. For the remaining 4 stitches, work 2 stitches into each stitch. After the last SC2 in 1 is completed, you can check the stitch count. The total number of stitches for each round is listed in the chart. I won't explain it again from now on. Next, make a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pay attention that, at the end of each round, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. Cut the excess yarn tail from the beginning chain. Round 2 is completed. Continue with round 3. Round 3 is XV times 6. The parentheses indicate a group. Times a few times indicates the number of times to repeat the group. First, make a single crochet. Then, make a SC2 in 1. XV is completed. I will demonstrate it again. First, make a single crochet. Then, make a SC2 in 1. This is the second time. This round requires repeating the group 6 times. For the remaining 4 times, use 1 single crochet and 1 SC2 in 1 method. Finish by joining with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The third round is completed. You can see that the right side's texture is clear, while the wrong side's texture is blurry. When crocheting, keep the right side facing you. For the 4th and 5th rounds, crochet according to the chart. I have already finished. Now let's crochet the 6th round. BLO means for back loop only. Each stitch has these 2 strands. The strand closer to you is the front loop. The strand farther from you is the back loop. This round is worked into the back loops. Crochet according to the chart. This completes the 6th round. For the remaining rounds of the core, the stitches have been demonstrated in detail before. The increases and decreases explanation is similar to the previous. Just follow the stitch order in the chart and crochet accordingly. Note that the last round is crocheted evenly with single crochets. This means work 1 stitch for each stitch. The total stitches are the same as the previous round. When crocheting, don't forget the beginning chain and slip stitch. Follow the demonstration. Refer to the chart to complete the remaining rounds of the core. I have already finished. Chain 1. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail and cut the yarn. That completes the core. Now let's crochet the baubles. Get the yarn. Find the front loops from the 5th round. Joining the yarn from the first stitch. Insert the hook. Directly draw the yarn through. Joining the yarn is completed. The brackets in the chart indicate crocheting in the same position. Crochet 1 slip stitch in the left position. Do not tighten. Then chain 3. One slip stitch. This slip stitch is crocheted in the same position as the previous slip stitch. The stitch in the brackets is completed. Next, skip 1 stitch on the left. This completes one group of stitches. Next, crochet 2 slip stitches in the next stitch. Chain 3 in between. Then skip 1 stitch on the left. This completes the second group. Continue crocheting this way until you finish the round. The final skipped stitch is the joining position. After completing this round, slip stitch into the joining position. This completes the first round. Now let's crochet the second round. Chain 1. Then work into the front loops from the 6th round. First, work 2 slip stitches into the first stitch. Chain 3 in between. Skip 1 stitch on the left. This completes one group. Continue crocheting this way until you finish the round. After completing the second round, slip stitch in the first stitch. This completes the second round. Next, let's crochet the third round. First, chain 1. Then follow the demonstration from the second round. Refer to the chart. Crochet the entire round. Finally, join with a slip stitch. This completes the third round. For the fourth round, crochet based on the chart. When finished, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. This completes the baubles. Now let's crochet the petals. Find the front loops from the 9th round. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Join the yarn. On the left side, crochet 2 slip stitches. Do not tighten. Then crochet 8 chains. Start from the second stitch from the end. Pick up the top loop of the chain and crochet 7 single crochets. When completed, skip 1 stitch below. From the adjacent stitch, crochet 5 slip stitches. Then crochet 8 chains. From the second stitch from the end, crochet 7 single crochets. Skip 1 stitch below. Consider these 5 slip stitches. To the skipped stitches 1 group. The rest is repeating this group. Follow the chart and crochet until you are near the end. When completed, crochet 2 slip stitches on the left. Finally, slip stitch into the joining position. This slip stitch can be not too tight. It's convenient for the ending of the next round. This completes the first round of the first layer of petals. We will consider this as the stalk. Now let's crochet the second round. At the entry position of the last single crochet of the stalk, work 1 single crochet, this means working into the remaining 2 strands of the chain. Note to add the wire here. Take out the wire and leave a 1.5 centimeters tail. After the single crochet, bend the reserved wire. Then wrap it together and crochet. Continue picking up the 2 strands of the left chain. Work 1 half double crochet. Three double crochets. One half double crochet. One single crochet. This will secure the wire. Next, pick up the left tip and work 1 single crochet. Note not to insert into the left single crochet. After completing, work 1 chain. Then pick up the front loop of the single crochet and the left strand. Work 1 slip stitch. Then rotate the piece. Pick up the single crochets and work 1 single crochet. One half double crochet. Three double crochets. One half double crochet. One single crochet. Consider the first single crochet to the last single crochet as one petal. Next, skip 2 slip stitches on the left. Work 1 slip stitch in the third slip stitch. Once done, work one petal on the stalk on the left. Tidy up the petal to make the piece flat. Once done, work one slip stitch in the middle stitch of these 5 slip stitches. After that, work petals on each stalk with one slip stitch to connect between the petals. When the last petal is almost done, leave 1.5 centimeters of wire and cut it off. Bend it and wrap it together while crocheting. When making the last single crochet, insert through this bent part. This will secure the wire. Work one slip stitch into the slip stitch of the previous round. Finally, chain 1. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. This completes the first layer of petals. Next, crochet the second layer of petals. Pick up stitches from the 10th round. Join the yarn to the last stitch of the 10th round. Then, chain 10. From the second stitch from the end, work 9 single crochets. Below, skip 1 stitch, and work 5 slip stitches. Follow the previous method. Refer to the chart. After completing the last 4 slip stitches, work a slip stitch at the joining position. The first round is completed. Move on to the second round. The method is similar to the first layer of petals, just the number of double crochets is different. Follow the chart to crochet this round. At the end, slip stitch into the first single crochet. The second round is completed. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. The second layer of petals is completed. Now, let's learn about the calyx. The stitches have all been demonstrated before. Note that for the first round, do not tighten the center of the piece. This makes it convenient for assembly later. Also, the second and third rounds have fewer stitches. You need to turn the right side out. Follow the chart and finish the second to last round. I have already done. Now, let's crochet the final round. Flow means front loop. This round is worked into the front loops. No need to make a beginning chain. First, slip stitch into the front loop of the first stitch. Then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Make a CH3 picket. First, chain 3. Then, work a slip stitch into the front loop of the double crochet and the strand on the left. Then, work 2 double crochets into the entry position of the double crochet. This completes one group. Follow this method and finish this round according to the chart. After completing the last double crochet, slip stitch in the first stitch. Leave a 50 cm yarn tail for sewing. This completes the calyx. Set it aside for now. Next, let's crochet the leaves. Use the foundation chain to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. New stitches including treble crochet and T are 2 in 1. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn. Begin with the foundation chain. Then crochet the first round. Make 1 beginning chain. And pick up the top loop of the chain from the second stitch from your hook. Then work 1 single crochet. 1 half double crochet. 1 double crochet. 1 treble crochet. The method is to yarn over the hook twice. Insert into the adjacent position, then yarn over and pull through. This leaves 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, then draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. This completes 1 treble crochet. Continue working 10 treble crochets on the left side. After completing, crochet 2 double crochets. Two half double crochets. 1 single crochet. Then crochet 3 single crochets in the last chain. Rotate the piece. Crochet 1 single crochet into the remaining 2 strands of the chain. Note not to insert into the same stitch of these 3 single crochets. Work 2 half double crochets. Then continue with the same stitch on this side. Work until there is 1 stitch remaining. After completing, crochet 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Next, work on the second round. Make 1 beginning chain. Follow the chart until the T are 2 in 1. Note that this round needs to wrap the wire. Start by reserving 5 centimeters of wire. After completing, the next stitch is a T are 2 in 1. The method is to crochet 2 treble crochets in the same position. This completes the T are 2 in 1. Continue following the chart for corresponding stitches. This completes the second round. Next, reserve 10 centimeters of yarn and cut off. Reserve 5 centimeters of wire and cut. This completes the leaf. Now, proceed to assembly. First, take out the calyx. Next, insert the flower stem into the center of the calyx. Tighten the center of the calyx. Take the thread of the calyx color. Secure the bottom of the calyx with the thread. Wrap for a certain distance. Then, take the leaf for assembly. Wrap for a certain distance. Secure the end with glue. Cut off excess threads. Leave a little and cut the thread at the bottom of the flower stem. After completing, thread the needle with the reserved thread from the calyx. Sew the remaining loops on the calyx with the last round of the core. Near the end, insert a small amount of filling. Then continue sewing. Finish by tying off and weaving in the ends. Weave in a few more stitches. Tidy it up. This completes one sunflower. Finish the remaining number of sunflowers. This concludes the explanation for the sunflowers. Next, we will make the maple leaf branches. Each branch consists of 6 maple leaves and 1 stem. Start by making the maple leaves. Once completed, assemble them with the stem. There are 2 sizes of maple leaves. The making method is the same. The stitch groups are slightly different. There are no fixed requirements for the colors of the maple leaves. You can choose based on your preference, or reference the finished product. Let's start making the smaller maple leaf. Start with the magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. At the beginning, add thin wire. There are many stitches used, all marked in the chart. I won't go through each one here. Please watch the demonstration. First, prepare the thin wire. Then set it aside for later use. Next, pick up the yarn. For convenience in watching, I will use cotton yarn for the demonstration. Then, start with the magic ring. After that, pick up the thin wire. Leave a bit of length at one end. Place it above the hook. Below the yarn. Work 4 chains. Secure the thin wire when making the first chain. Chain 1. Then go back. Pick up the second chain from right to left. Note that the loops on the hook are not included. 1, 2. This is the chain. Pick up the top loop. From the chain, work 1 slip stitch. Do not tighten the slip stitch unless otherwise specified. Continue picking up the top loop. From the left chain, work 1 single crochet into the next top loop. Work 1 half double crochet. Work 1 single crochet behind. Pick up the magic ring. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Secure the thin wire at the same time. Place it above the hook, below the yarn. Proceed with crocheting. Consider the crocheted part as one leaf. Crochet the second leaf below. First, crochet 7 chains. Then, make 1 chain. Next, go back. Pick the second chain from right to left. Work 1 slip stitch. When inserting the top loop of the chain, pick 1 strand of the chain. Continue working 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, then, slip stitch into the magic ring, secure the thin wire. The second leaf is now completed. Next, crochet the third leaf. First, make 9 chains. Then, chain 1. Go back and pick up the second chain on the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Continue working 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, then crochet the treble crochet. Wrap the yarn twice. Insert. Yarn over and draw through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Complete the treble crochet. Continue working 1 treble crochet. Then work 1 double crochet. One half double crochet, 1 single crochet, slip stitch into the magic ring, and secure the thin wire. Now the third leaf is completed. Then crochet the fourth leaf. First, crochet 12 chains. Then make 1 beginning chain. Next, go back, slip stitch into the second stitch from the left. Correspondingly make 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 treble crochets, 1 double treble crochet. Wrap the yarn 3 times. Insert. Yarn over and draw through. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Complete the double treble crochet. Continue crocheting 2 treble crochets. One double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, then slip stitch into the magic ring, and secure the thin wire. The 4th leaf is completed. For the 5th leaf, crochet using the method for the 3rd leaf. The 6th leaf is crocheted like the 2nd leaf. The 7th leaf is crocheted like the 1st leaf. You can also refer to the chart. Note that when finishing the leaf, secure the thin wire when working slip stitch. Continue working the remaining leaves. After completing the last leaf, stretch the loop. Pull the skein through the loop. Slightly tighten. Leave the yarn tail here for now, then close the ring. If the magic ring is not clear, you can move the crocheted part back. Expose the 2 loops of the magic ring. Then close the ring. After completing, adjust the thin wire. Leave about 7-8 centimeters of length at both ends. Then cut it. Next, use the ending yarn tail. Wrap the starting yarn tail and the thin wire. Make sure the wrapping is tight. If there is any starting yarn tail left, cut it off. Finally, secure the bottom with glue. This completes one small maple leaf. The maple leaf will curl after finishing. Use a shaping solution spraying on the wrong side. You can also soak it directly. Let it dry to complete the setting. Follow the same method. Complete the corresponding small maple leaves and set them aside. Now let's make the large maple leaf. The method is the same as for the small maple leaf. There are 7 leaves in total. The first and last 3 leaves are the same as the small maple leaf. The centered leaf uses the triple treble crochet. First, follow the chart to crochet the first 3 leaves. Note to add thin wire when starting. When making slip stitch at the end, secure the thin wire. Complete it on your own. Once done, crochet the 4th leaf. First, chain 14. Then, make 1 chain. Go back and pick up the 2nd chain from the left. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Then make 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, 2 double treble crochets. Next, work a triple treble crochet. Wrap the yarn 4 times. Then insert into the chain. Yarn over and draw through. Continue to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The triple treble crochet is done. Continue crocheting 2 double treble crochets. One treble crochet, one double crochet, one half double crochet, one single crochet, then slip stitch into the ring, securing the thin wire. At this point, the 4th leaf is completed. For the remaining 3 leaves, refer to the chart to crochet. After completing, weave in ends and close the loops. Then adjust the length of the thin wire and cut it off. Next, use the ending yarn tail. Weave in the thin wire and the starting yarn tail. Finally, spray the wrong side with shaping solution. The method is the same as the small maple leaf. Finish it on your own. When completed, it will have this effect. Next, using the same method, complete the large maple leaf and set it aside. Now the explanation for the large maple leaf is finished. Finally, assemble it. First, cut a 30 cm thin wire. Then fold it in half. Fold it in half again. This gives you 4 pieces of thin wire. Next, use a slightly darker color. Wrap the thin wire. Apply a little glue at the start. Set it aside once completed. Then pick up the flower stem. Use the same yarn. Wrap the stem at one end. Wrap down to about 4 centimeters. Then add the previously wrapped thin wire. And add a large maple leaf. Place it on the right side of the stem. Leave about 5 centimeters of the maple leaf unwrapped. Continue wrapping these 2 flower branches around the stem. Wrap down to about 3 centimeters. Once you reach the desired position, all the wrapping distances can be adjusted according to preference. If you want it to be more secure, you can apply a little glue after wrapping a section. Then continue wrapping. After that, add a small maple leaf on the left side. Leave about 4-5 centimeters unwrapped. The distance left here can also be adjusted according to preference. Then continue wrapping for about 3 centimeters. Then add 2 large maple leaves and 1 small maple leaf on the right side. Place the 2 large maple leaves at the top. Arrange 3 maple leaves in a vertical line. Leave about 3-5 centimeters unwrapped. The length can decrease from top to bottom. Then continue wrapping for about 2-3 centimeters. After that, add 1 large maple leaf on the left side. Leave about 3-4 centimeters unwrapped. Continue wrapping until there are about 10 centimeters left at the end. This completes 1 maple leaf branch. Finally, tidy up the shape. Follow the same method. Complete the remaining maple leaf branches. Now, the branches for this bouquet have been explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our customer service. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, enjoying the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.